Never in doubt. Never in doubt. Never in doubt at all. I knew it. You knew it. I forgot my banner here. Let me just get that up here. Thank you for tuning in. Lakers over the Brooklyn Nets, 102-101. We own Brooklyn. I had a buddy of mine just text me, somebody I used to work with for a long time. He's like, yeah, that was a little uncomfortable. I'm like, never in doubt. Come on, never in doubt. All right, we got a lot to get into in this post-game show. Lakers over the Nets, 102-101. Could have been one of the most boring games I've watched, but actually kind of exciting in the fourth quarter. Not gonna lie. Fourth quarter was a lot better than the first three quarters. Lakers escape. I don't know how else to really put it. I will say this, and probably a lot of Laker fans are not going to agree with me on this one. Anytime you're playing a game without Anthony Davis, you got a legitimate shot to lose, and I don't care who it is that you're playing. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of Laker fans that, kind of, hey, take the win and move on. There's going to be other Laker fans that say, have frustration over the way the Lakers have been playing and the fact that they almost lost this game to Brooklyn. Nonetheless, we're going to break it all down. We're going to spend some time right here talking about the game. So thank you for hanging out. Please subscribe to the channel. Let's get to it right away. All right, 102-101, the final score. Lakers over the Brooklyn Nets. A couple of the highlights here just real quick. Austin Reeves, a career high with 38 points, incredibly efficient. By the way, only 3 assists for him, but this was not – we spent a lot of time talking about Austin Reeves in the last show after the Lakers beat Miami. And, I was talking about how that I felt like it was almost a perfect blueprint for Austin Reeves because he only took 9 shots, kind of wanted him between 9 and 12 shots, somewhere around there. He had 14 dimes. Not that you're asking Austin Reeves to do that on a night in, night out basis. But when Anthony Davis isn't there, Austin Reeves got to take on a completely different role. Who would have thought that the man scored 38 of the Lakers' 102 points, and they needed all that to win by 1 point against Brooklyn? There's been a lot of conversation and chatter about Austin Reeves' role, what he should be doing, if this is the right way that the Lakers are using him, if he is too offensive focused and taking away a lot of shots from others. Should he come out of the starting lineup? I've heard it all from a lot of Laker fans between doing the post-game show or doing my show in the morning. And with all that being said, I think, tonight he was kind of the savior for the Lakers. They really didn't have a choice because Anthony Davis wasn't there. And frankly, who's Austin Reeves going to dish out 14 dimes to? Gabe Vincent, you want him passing to Dalton Connect, you want him passing to Max Christie, to Rui Hachimura. Obviously the game's a lot different when Anthony Davis is not there for the Lakers, but Reeves really, truly was the savior, hit a lot of tough shots, and then missed some big shots there towards the end. You could tell, I don't know if it was tired legs or not, played 37 minutes, but a lot of the misses he had were towards those last couple of possessions. Missed a 3, missed a couple of buckets, missed a couple of shots right around the bucket, maybe within 8 to 10 feet, somewhere around that area. But ultimately for the Lakers, they hold on. How ironic was that? D'Angelo Russell with the ball, the game on the line. I got actually a couple funny things that went through my mind. First off, okay, I had a lot going through my mind when D'Lo's holding the ball at the end of the game. First off, I'm saying to myself, I'm like, is D'Lo about to hit this shot and basically shut people like me up? I mean, whether that's going to shut someone like me up or not, it wasn't really going to change my opinion too much on D'Lo. But I get it. It's kind of a moment for him. He's been traded by the Lakers on 2 separate occasions, was just traded 2-3 weeks ago for Dorian Finney-Smith, and there he is in Brooklyn, game on the line, 102-101, and a chance to win it. 2 things happened. Number 1, he missed the shot. And number 2, when he took the shot, the ball's in the air. I'm like, that's not a good shot. I thought he should either take the ball to the basket or get some type of a screen. But when you're down 1, why are you taking a 3? So there were so many things going through my mind when D'Angelo Russell had the ball to end the game and make a decision of what to do. I didn't think he made the right decision. I thought, and I know, listen, D'Lo was hitting some shots. D'Lo had some daggers. How many points did D'Lo end up with? D'Lo, 5 threes, had 19 points total. 19, 8, and 6. Nice stat line for D'Lo tonight. But I just thought it was ironic. And, You heard Stu Land saying he's going to take the final shot. And, I don't think that was a too big of a surprise or a shock. But at the same time, it was also his decision making right there. It's a 1-point game. Get to the basket. See if you can draw a foul. See if you can get somebody else the ball. I know he wants to take that last shot to close it out. Get a screen and make the Lakers have to kind of guess on the defensive side and see what you do there. But that was very, very ironic that D'Lo had the ball in his hands. I'll look at some of these comments in just a second. I do want to kind of emphasize one thing. I think what I'll emphasize is this is not pretty basketball, and the Lakers really haven't played pretty basketball in a while. That second half against Miami, last game that they had on Wednesday, was probably the best half of Lakers basketball we've seen in a couple of weeks. Remember, they had the San Antonio game, the Dallas loss, the San Antonio loss, the Dallas loss, the Houston loss. You had the 2 postponed games because of the fires in Los Angeles. And then Miami was that first game back where I felt in that second half was the first time where you kind of looked at the Lakers and you're like, okay, hey, this ain't that bad. This is some pretty good basketball. They're actually doing it on the defensive side. Tonight against Brooklyn was just kind of ugly for 48 minutes. Nothing special, nothing that, you look at and you walk away and you're feeling proud of or something like that. Braun had 29, 8, and 7, very efficient, but had 5 turnovers. And really after that, you got a little bit from Gabe Vincent, a little bit from Rui Hachimura, and not much else after that other than Austin Reeves dropping his 38. So it's not like 4 or 5 guys stepped up. It's not like with Anthony Davis not there, Rui said, oh, I got it. Here's 20 from me. Or go down the list of some of these other players for the Lakers. So nothing that I really looked at that I think we take away from tonight's game and really take anything away. If I can be completely honest, I didn't really see anything that I wanted to walk away with and felt comfortable with or anything along those lines. It is a win, and I think the conversation would be a lot different if D'Angelo Russell is hitting a shot right at the end there. So I will let's just be happy that he didn't hit that shot, because if they did lose this game and now all of a sudden it's kind of a churn in the month of January where you thought Lakers would be taking advantage of things. They're actually taking more steps backwards. Now, in relation to all that, you can say, all right, well, did they really take a step forward tonight? No, they didn't. But they got to win. And I'll say it again. When Anthony Davis isn't playing in a game, you can lose any game. There's no, if AD is not playing, you could literally lose any game. All right, let's look at a couple of these comments here and then go from there. Yeah, this is an interesting one. Damn. What happened to Dalton Connect? How about that guy's lack of confidence? I got to do a full video on Dalton Connect. I'll do that soon. I'm going to make that happen. If I, maybe early next week, I'll try to do a full video on Dalton Connect. I'm just reading one of the comments here. That man has, I think in the month, it's probably been about a month and a half now that he really has not looked comfortable at all. The shots he does take, they're not in rhythm. They don't look like there's a lot of confidence there. He doesn't look like he wants to shoot the ball. I mean, I think that's the biggest problem right now with Dalton Connect is he's a shooter that doesn't want to shoot. He's a shooter that's not confident that he can hit a bucket. And he's still playing, relatively high minutes. Let me see what he played tonight. 18 minutes tonight. I just want to see something real quick on the season, what his minutes are for the season. So he plays 21 and a half minutes. Let me say this. When the Lakers get healthy, when Dorian Finney-Smith is back, he's healthy. He's just, I think he just had a baby boy, so he's gone for personal reasons. When Anthony Davis is back, when Jared Vanderbilt is back, I would imagine Dalton Connect is not playing 21 minutes a game anymore. Listen, I don't want to make this a full episode on Dalton Connect, but I just saw that comment right there. That man is struggling, and he's struggling here more than anywhere else. The fact that he just has zero confidence, to me, is the problem. I don't really care about, if he's taking shots and they're just not falling, if he's taking shots and they're the right shots. if he's involved in the offense, he's getting to the basket, if he's not a liability on defense, okay, I don't care about if the shots are going in or not. But mentally, that man looks damaged right now. All right, let me look at some more here. Slee, even when AD plays, we could still lose games, aka Dallas. Now I get that. I don't disagree there, but I think you can tell watching the Lakers, right, that this is a completely different team when Anthony Davis is not there. So, and listen, even if they lost tonight, I wouldn't be making an excuse and say, "Oh, well, that's okay because they lost because AD's not there." The last game Brooklyn played, they lost by 59 points. 59. They lost by 59 to the Los Angeles Clippers, and that's who the Lakers obviously got next. And here are the Lakers taking on Brooklyn to the absolute end. And if it's not for D'Angelo Russell missing a three at the end, Lakers lose tonight's game. I think Brooklyn hit something like 9 threes in the fourth quarter. They were hitting everything. Is that not very Laker-esque? I was this morning, really good conversation with Dan Wyke, who covers the Lakers for the LA Times. You hear him a lot of times during these interviews in the background when he's interviewing players and coaches and stuff like that. I'll probably hear him here in a few minutes. Him and I were talking about all the different players that used to play for the Lakers. Before they got there, they could hit shots. When they became a Laker, they couldn't hit shots. When they left the Lakers again, they can hit shots. So that's kind of obviously ironic and odd that happens. But like I said, if they would have lost tonight, I would not have been saying, well, they lost because Anthony Davis wasn't there. But it'd be nice, obviously they can lose to anybody when AD's not there. All right, let me look at a couple more of these here. Ultra critical of D'Lo's shot decision by AR down the stretch. Wasn't Rose's either. I didn't mind the shots Austin Reeves was taking within 8-10 feet. Those were kind of the shots that he was hitting. He did take a three that was contested that I didn't like. I think the shots that you're talking about too is he's never in balance, I guess you can call it. But he had 38 tonight. So, I mean, he was hitting all his. When a man is going off the way he was, you're going to be less critical about shots that he takes. But he did miss 3-4 shots there. 3-4 shots there towards the end. I'm not arguing that. But he had 38. So the only way he got to 38 is because he was cooking for the entire game. So I'm a little bit less critical on that. But I'll tell you what would have happened. If Austin Reeves took a three while the Lakers were down 1, I would say, why is Reeves taking a three when the Lakers are down 1? That's only my point on the D'Angelo Russell front. All right, let me see another one here, and then we'll get to JJ. I know a lot of people on here are making comments on Roki Sasaki, who decided a few hours ago to join the Dodgers because the Dodgers really need more help. Dodgers are really struggling. That front office, I don't really know what they're doing, and they just don't have enough pitching. So it's such a good idea for Roki to join the Dodgers. I did a full breakdown video of the signing and Ohtani's impact. I did that around, I think I posted around 7:30. So if you want about maybe 15, 16 minutes long, something like that, it's on the channel so you guys can see it there. All right, let me keep taking a look here, and then we'll go. I gotta post this. I gotta post a clip here that I had a little bit earlier. There was conversation I was having with Dan Wyke this morning, and we were talking about how, hey, is this just a playing team? Like, are they inconsistent enough to where they're exactly what they were the last couple of years, which is a play-in team? And I think both him and I agree, yeah, there's probably a good chance they could be in that listen, they need a lot of things to go right. Let's just, if we're all being honest with each other, they need health. They need guys to over-deliver that are not currently delivering. They need LeBron to continue to as best as he can at age 40, not show that he's 40 years old. They need Reeves to over-deliver, Rui to over-deliver, Vanderbilt to come back. They need a lot of things to go their way. So we'll get into that in just a second. Let's listen to JJ Redick here real quick. JJ's talking. I almost just ended the stream on accident. Here's JJ Redick on the Lakers win
tonight. And a little bit of that is the nature of their defense and just all the switching, and kind of just took us out of any sort of rhythm offensively. Thought we did a better job in the second half of getting to our follows and not letting the ball stick and trying to get some slips and some ghosts and all that stuff. And on the other end, I didn't think we were sharp at all defensively in the second half. There's too many lapses, too many non-contests. But a lot of credit to those two guys. I thought Gabe hit some big shots for us. Sub Max back in with about a minute to go, and he got a big stop at the end. Didn't allow any separation. Got a good contest. So, yeah.
Are you hoping to get AD back for the next game?
My assumption is yes. He went through his pregame and had some soreness in that foot, and out of an abundance of caution, we held him out tonight.
Along those lines, Dorian, is he a guy that you think will be available Sunday night for you, or is that still up in the air?
My assumption is he'll be available Sunday night.
The basketball is funny sometimes, and things just work out in weird ways. D'Angelo Russell, a player you guys traded away, has the ball with a chance to win the game.
So ironic.
What does that moment feel like? I mean, does any of the strangeness of that? I know it's a blink, but
no, I just was more concerned with Max just being up and not allowing separation. I think the way they, we were ready to fire if we needed to. I think just the way the clock was going and how much, space there was over there, just felt like Max could get the job done on his own.
JJ,
we get one more in here.
Trey in his 15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, he played hard. There's some coverage stuff that he wasn't very good in, but first day on the job, so we'll be patient with him.
All right, I'm going to stop it there. Can I tell you guys something, which I think is kind of funny, and a couple people have pointed this out, and I 100% agree with them. Let me highlight the comment here real quick. Who says JJ's not happy? I kind of like it. There was this dude called the timeout. I think it was in the third quarter. I don't know I can't remember. Start of the third quarter. I can't remember exactly when it was. And he was just cursing at nobody. He's walking, when the players are kind of walking towards the bench, the coaches typically walk away from the bench, and they'll kind of huddle up maybe where the free throw line is, and they'll eventually work their way back to the players. And JJ is just cursing at nobody. I noticed it too. You could tell the guy was ticked off. You could tell he's not happy. You could tell he's looking at his team, and he's like, he's not content with where the Lakers are, what they're doing, what they look like on a night in, night out basis. For the love of Jesus. Brooklyn lost by 59 in the last game. But I sat there when that was all going down. I'm like, yeah, I kind of like that. The guy doesn't do a good job hiding his emotions. If you guys remember, Phil Jackson, it's like, I don't know if Phil's happy, if he's mad. I can't really tell. Listen, there's a lot of coaches. Steve Kerr, when he loses it, he loses it. When Greg Popovich, when he loses it, he loses it. Go down the list. Spoelstra, if he's angry, you can tell that he's angry, whatever the case is. But with JJ, he has such a terrible time trying to hide his emotions. So just to say I kind of like it, I agree with you. I don't think the one thing, and I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't think the Lakers, whatever you thought of JJ coming into the season, I don't look at JJ Redick and that experiment like I don't say to myself, the Lakers are great because of JJ or they're bad because of JJ. It's kind of just, well, the roster is imperfect. We'll kind of figure out what this team is. To go back to what we were saying here just a second ago, and Lakers obviously over the Brooklyn Nets, I mentioned that. If you're just tuning in right now, 102-101. Austin Reeves gets a career high with 38 points. D'Angelo Russell has a chance. How about D'Lo? Got a chance to win the game. Misses a three, down one. Lakers win the game by one. But these comments that I was looking at a little bit earlier, and we were having this conversation before we went back to JJ. I see zero playoff success for this Lakers team. Groundhog Day all over again. When I was saying that the Lakers need a ton of things to go their way, Slee, that's a lot of ifs. If I won the lottery, you're right. I'm not disagreeing with anybody, but I think that's kind of the reality of this Lakers team. They're going to need a lot of things to go their way. Now, they still got a chance to go make a trade. This morning, we were having a conversation about Miles Turner, and we were having the conversation about Miles Turner because Dan Weike was saying that he has heard that he might become available, Miles Turner, but it probably would be closer to the trade deadline. Now, the Pacers have played better basketball. Maybe they think, you know what, we're going to hold on to Miles Turner. But I think the point that we were trying to have and the conversation we're trying to have is everyone agrees they still have to go make another move. Will that move be enough to make them kind of a true team in the NBA? But if they stay with the current roster that they have, doesn't it just feel like they're probably going to be a playing tournament team again? And I'm going to look at the NBA standings here because I know we had a little bit of cushion. You know, Lakers have got a little bit fortunate here that because Dallas has been struggling, because Minnesota's been inconsistent, because Sacramento went through a stretch where, you know, they were 6-7 games below 500, had to fire their coach, and now all of a sudden Doug Christie has helped turn things around for them. The Warriors you can't depend on. Phoenix is in complete disarray, it feels like, right? What's going to happen to Bradley Beal? What are they going to do? The Lakers have got fortunate to be in the top six, not because they've done a lot of special things, but part of it's just been helpful that teams are injured, things aren't going well. Teams are still kind of trying to figure some things out. So I think they've been fortunate from that perspective. But it's not because, hey, they're playing great basketball. I haven't seen good basketball from the Lakers in a couple of weeks. All right, let's look at some more of your comments here. Slee, is Sasha coming on the show? For those who don't know, this means that this man has been a part of this channel for a long time. So thank you for that. A couple of years ago, I thought I was going to get Sasha on the show, and I knew somebody who knew somebody. Then I actually got to know Sasha. Still haven't got him on the show. Yeah, still haven't got. Now I also haven't asked in probably 2 years, but still haven't got Sasha on the show. And then, like an idiot, I was promoting here. I was like, I think I'm going to get Sasha. Just letting everybody know, guys. Hey, at any time, Sasha can be here. Still no Sasha. I'll watch the second half tomorrow morning. You're good. You don't need to watch it. Laker in Hawaii. You're good. I don't know if you mean the second half of this or the second half of the post-game show. Or I'm sorry, of the Laker game. Because if you need to watch the second half of the Laker game, let me tell you something. Tomorrow's NFL football, you're not going to miss anything. Don't watch the second half. Go watch highlights. You can get them in like 10 minutes and you're good. All right, let's get a couple more here. 19 points off the bench would be something that the Lakers would kill for right now. And I'm assuming what you're referring to is D'Angelo Russell. Okay, let's have this chat because we're not going to have too many more conversations about D'Angelo Russell. I think they got one more game against Brooklyn coming up in March, and that's it. So we're not going to have too many more games with in regards to D'Angelo Russell. Then are you telling me that if you can go back, you would prefer the Lakers didn't make that trade? I'll throw this out there. Are there Laker fans today that wish that he was still on the squad? You guys wish D'Angelo Russell was still on this team? Do you prefer Lakers didn't make that trade? And listen, you're okay. If you want to make that argument, but give me your reasons why the Lakers are better off with D'Angelo Russell. I'm going to take my chances. Personally, for me, I'm going to take my chances. The only thing I will say is his contract was very, very valuable. And if you were going to go make a trade, then go ahead and do it. But can you just make sure it's the right move and it's the right trade? Because once D'Lo's expiring contract is gone, you don't have another contract that's as valuable as D'Angelo Russell's. So that's the only thing I would say is the only hesitation I would have on trading D'Lo is if there was a better move to be made. But I like Dorian Finney-Smith. I mean, I think the guy's going to I think he's going to be able to help the Lakers. All right, I'll read some of these comments here. Again, I'm just going off of this one comment here, basically saying that the Lakers, and I don't disagree with you that the Lakers can use somebody off the bench to give them 19. We watch the Lakers and you know, we see what their bench players, the inconsistency from their bench. So I see where you're coming from. I know Gabe had, what do you have, 10 tonight? Look at that. 10 for Gabe, 2 for Dalton Connect, and that's a wrap. You know, granted, they basically played three players off the bench. Trey Jemison, the third. This is the dude that they just got. He got some minutes. You know, Lakers are trying to get some kind of size, especially without AD. Shake Milton only played 7 minutes. There was a lot of Shake Milton chatter when the Lakers initially got him as part of the trade. Yeah, I don't really think they're going to use him. All right, let's take a listen to LeBron. I'll come back to the conversation.
Build back
D'Lo.
the connection.
Sports in general is always ways to build back the chemistry, build back to connect the togetherness, you know, bring back happiness. And I'm happy to be a part of this community and be able to bring that type of factor to it when we're going through what we're going through.
LeBron, it may seem like kind of an obvious question, but when you, let's say your teammate, in this case, Austin, gets up ahead and you're in a trail, and at some point, like, go for an alley-oop, what specific lane are you running? When are you deciding to jump? What are you looking for, and how does that play out?
Well, it's the passer's job. Me and AR have been in enough fast break situations where I think that's 2 games in a row. I think that's 2 games in a row where he's found me on the lob and transition. But AR know he can throw it anywhere. I can still go get it, even at, you know, where I'm at in my career. I can go get it wherever he throws it, and he trusts me. So, you know, and I trust AR. So it's just chemistry.
Have you been over to Intuit for like a concert or anything?
I have not been there. Sunday would be my first time being there.
What do you think that's going to be like? And I guess what is
Talking about Intuit Dome.
It's going home.
No, it would be just like going to any new arena. It'd be the same as when Golden State moved from Oracle. It'd be the same. Well, when anybody else had a new arena. Who else had new arenas? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but the Cleveland Cavs has not changed. We changed names. Yeah, Kings changed. Yeah, Kings. Yeah, this hasn't changed. Same here. Miami hasn't changed. So
Last question.
it's the same.
All right, let's see the question real quick.
All right, appreciate it.
Thanks,
All right, I had one more question. Can I get a question in or no? Okay. All right, it's fine. No, it's good. No, I'll email. I'll send an email, and we'll go from there. All right. That's right. Lakers got Clippers into a dome on Sunday. I really feel good about that game. I'm going to be honest with everybody, just the way the Lakers have been playing. But we'll come back to that. All right, I was talking about D'Lo. I'm going to read off some of these comments here. I was asking people, hey, all right, you know, maybe there are a lot of Laker fans that feel a certain way about D'Lo and would love to see D'Lo back. All right, let's see what some of the comments were. Let's see what we got here. Nope. No. Pelinka just got validated for getting rid of D'Lo. I don't think tonight's is validation to get rid of D'Lo. I think there was enough there that, you know, I thought in the conversation this morning, I thought it was a little bit interesting where I don't know if you could look at D'Angelo Russell, his time as a Laker, as like, hey, that guy was a complete failure. I mean, were there crazy expectations what he got here? And then he also had moments in the playoffs against Memphis and Golden State where he did come through. And then last season, you know, obviously regular season broke the 3-point record for made 3-pointers in a season. It's not like he was awful. I think it was just time to say, all right, let's part ways. Let's move on. Dude makes it seem like D'Lo was giving us 19 consistently. Yep, that wasn't happening. Bye, D'Lo. Slow. This one's. Let me see if I get this one. That's by D'Lo. Slow-footed on defense, D'Lo, no thanks. D'Lo should have been traded last year's deadline. Hell no on D'Lo. Okay, I think we got a pretty good idea of how people feel about D'Lo. I feel a little bit better because I feel like I'm one of the ones that's usually kind of standing there and saying, "Yeah, I'm good without him." So I got some people that support that as well. We'd kill for 19, not for 19 twice a month. D'Lo gives us 19 off the bench, but gives up 20 on D. He's a net negative. Is that what they call it? Net negative. All right, let's talk here real quick. Let me see. The mood in the locker room is not good. Yeah, they almost lost to Brooklyn. Let's talk real quick about Lakers Clippers coming up. I don't think I'm going to be going too much longer in this post-game show. My God, that was brutal. I'm telling you, if it wasn't for the fourth quarter, I was about to abort mission. I'm not watching the game anymore. Okay? I'm about to watch reruns of some show from the 80s. I was out. Fourth quarter was pretty good. A little bit on and that's why I think the mood is, whatever it is, but let me say this. So there was I was talking about it earlier this morning that I'm impressed with what the Clippers have done so far this year. I am. I did not think with them losing Kawhi Leonard and then eventually Kawhi Leonard to injuries, has only played 4 games, but losing Paul George in free agency, Paul George eventually signs with Philadelphia. Kind of they put their kind of a line in the sand, I guess you want to call, and Clippers decide, no, we're not giving you a maximum contract. He went and left and now is playing for Philadelphia. But I did not think the Clippers were going to be kind of in the thick of everything in the Western Conference. They're top 5 in the West. They're a game and a half behind Denver for 4th. They're 23-17. They're on a 3-game winning streak. I don't think anyone was expecting Norman Powell to be leading that team in scoring. Harden's doing his thing. Ivica Zubac, I talked about it yesterday, or maybe it was this morning, and just kind of the sheer frustration of why the hell think about what the Lakers are probably going to be trading for and some assets that they're going to give away. You know what they're going to be giving away? For a player like Ivica Zubac. And Zubac is better than most of these guys that they're going to be trying to be trading for. He's 14 and 12 a night, averages 1.2 blocks a game. But the Clippers have really overachieved, in my opinion. I did not think the Clippers were going to have impact this year in the Western Conference, and here they are, right in the thick of it. Better record than the Lakers. So it's going to be interesting. I think Sunday's game is going to be fun. Just for the mere fact that you're looking at 2 teams. Obviously, this is the first game these 2 franchises are going to play at the Intuit Dome. For those who don't know, there's supposedly a lot of toilets there because Steve Ballmer told us that they got a lot of toilets. So if you do go to that game on Sunday, just kind of, use the bathroom as much as you need to. Plenty of toilets at that place. But it's going to be the first time. This is kind of a historic moment. It's the first time that the Lakers and Clippers are playing each other, but it's going to be in Inglewood, and it's going to be the Clippers' home arena because Steve Ballmer is worth literally over $100 billion. But it's also a game that if the Lakers play anything like they've played over the last couple of weeks, they're going to lose. They will. I think that part is clear. I think that part is apparent that they have not really done anything over these last couple of weeks to make you think, okay, they're heading in the right direction. This is exactly what they need to be doing. So they need a win on Sunday. And I think part of the reason why they need a win as well, first off, the Clippers are in front of you in the standings. You need it for those simple purposes. But I think the other part of it is I think they got to get back to playing good basketball. All right, let me take a look at some of these comments here. And go from there. Ballmer loves his toilets. He's the toilet. He loves toilets. Like that's I don't think people understand. Like there's a statue of a toilet outside the arena because they got the most toilets of any other NBA team. So you can just go anytime. Sometimes you don't even need to go, but you're like, you know what? I'm going to go wash my hands. There's toilets here. There's bathrooms everywhere. watch, when I end up going, I don't think I'm going on Sunday, but when I end up going into it, I'll probably end up coming back here and telling everybody that, hey, the toilets are kind of nice. Got to be honest with you. It's kind of nice. I got in, I got out. I'm watching the game right after that. All right, let me see some of these comments here. Lakers get smoked by 40 if they play like this on Sunday. Hate losing to the Clippers. Let me see here. Clippers window has closed. It's not even about a window being open. I think a lot of people could say that about the Lakers, right? You got one in 2020. Hey, the Lakers window is closed. They got to the Western Conference Finals. It ain't happening again. I think a lot of people can make that argument. My point is that there were no expectations for the Clippers coming into this year, and I think they've played a lot better than I thought they were going to play. Slee, every time you say Zubats, my blood boils magic. Yeah, I still don't remember. Mike Muscala to the Lakers traded Ivica Zubats for. Imagine if Ivica Zubats, I know a lot could have happened. I get it. I understand that. But imagine if Zubats was just on this Lakers team. Okay, exact same roster, but Zubats is on there as well. So you go Zubats, AD, LeBron, Dorian Finney-Smith. I just put Dorian Finney-Smith in the starting lineup and go Austin Reeves. And then off the bench, you can, figure out what you want to do. I mean, is that not a tremendous difference? We gave them for nothing. Lakers, Clippers, Rams all playing on Sunday. Rams got a tough one. They got a tough one. Slee, we need a win on Sunday. The bottom line is we have to take out the Clippers. It's a barometer game. Call it whatever you want, but it's about time we beat teams over 500. Actually, you guys know I like doing the barometer games, and I'm about 0 for 14 this season anytime I call it a barometer game. I don't think this is a barometer game because to me, the Clippers are, I think it's just a well-played game against a solid team, and they just need a good win. I don't think it's a barometer game because I don't know if you beat the Clippers, you're saying to yourself, watch out. If you beat Cleveland or OKC or Boston or one of these other teams, the Knicks, if you want to put them into that category, Houston, remember I was saying Houston's a good barometer game. So I think there's certain teams that fall into that category. Even when AD was missing, I still don't think AR taken more than 10 shots. He needs to be more like last AR, 14 points, 14 assists, and stop over dribbling. Nick T, but not tonight. They scored, you know how many points Lakers had tonight? 102. That's how bad today's offense was for both teams. LeBron gave you 29. AR gave you 38. And the total points for the Lakers was 102. So I see what you're saying when Anthony Davis is there. I see how you want him to be more of a facilitator. I talked about it early in the show, take between 9 to 12 shots. But I don't think, you can't ask him to do that tonight. Lakers needed buckets. Let me get a couple more in here. You were the one that said start Milton over Reeves. ZJ, I don't know if that's for me, but I definitely did not say that. Probably wasn't for me. Slee, be prepared to pay $75 for parking if you go. How ridiculous is some of this parking? Are you kidding me? How stupid is that? I remember one time going to a Rams game at SoFi. It was like $100. Like, what are we doing here? And you don't have a choice. You literally have no choice. They freaking got us. How unreasonable is that? All right, let me find a couple more here, and then we're going to call it a night because it's been a long day today. Been a long, long day. Okay, well, I think we're good. I think we're good on all the comments here. A couple quick announcements. We're going to go from there. So I'm going to be back. By the way, Nick T, thank you for the super brother. I appreciate you there. I'm going to be back Sunday night. I'll do Lakers Clippers post game. And then Monday should be a fun show. Monday we'll get a chance to react to the Lakers weekend. We'll get an opportunity to react to all the NFL games that went on. Still kind of figuring out what I'm going to do guest-wise, if I'm going to have a guest or not. But next week, I want to have somebody on, a baseball guest on, and then I also want to potentially have an NFL guest on just because of everything else going on. And, of course, I'm going to be talking Lakers basketball. So we got a lot. It's going to be a very, very busy week next week in sports, so it should be fun. Lakers over the Nets, 102-101. Might have been the greatest Laker game I've ever witnessed in my life. I'm sure many of you feel the same way. Thank you for being a part of the show. If you have subscribed to the channel, thank you for doing so. If you haven't, it takes a quick second. Please do it. Hit that notification bell. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll get back with you guys coming up on Sunday night. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.